Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a minute since I've recorded um, anything, so I'm gonna catch you up with what's been going on with me. Um, First, like and subscribe. So, I'm still with the fabulous company that I joined almost 2 years ago. April will be 2 years, but I've been on FMLA since Thanksgiving. Um, for those of you who know, I have what they consider a mild stroke, and that developed into something called Horner syndrome, which controlled my right side of my face and my eye and the nerves. So after thorough testing, I had a cerebral angiogram, and they actually found an aneurysm. So I've been walking around with an aneurysm since Thanksgiving, but tomorrow is my big day. I go back into the hospital and have my aneurysm repaired. And then 2 weeks later, I will be back in the friendly skies. Yes, I'm so excited. I've been so bored, out of my freaking mind. Whew. One thing about this that made me realize is that I actually really, really love my job, which I've always said that from the beginning. Because in the past, you had jobs that you really didn't like, and you'd be wishing and waiting on something medically to happen to you so you can take off for 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 90 days or whatever. Because you really don't want to go back there. And the whole time that you're off, you're filling out job applications so you can find another job. This, man, you just don't know. I miss flying. I missed all the winter flying. I'm so ready to go back to work. It is ridiculous. And then they had some elections for an organization that we had that represents the company and the flight attendants, and I couldn't participate and apply for any of the positions because I was on leave. So I missed that opportunity, and I was a little disappointed. But I'm just so happy, and I'm just hoping that everything go well tomorrow for me, so that my tentatively date to return to work will be 2/12. So after that, they have given me the okay to go back to work. I do have a couple of follow-up appointments after that, and then I am straight. So with that being said, thank you for everyone who's messaged me and wished me well wishes. Greatly appreciate it. So congratulations to everyone that have gotten their CJOs, um, who are off in training right now, who are leaving for training, and for those who have recently graduated training. I hope your experience is as wonderful as mine has been. Let me know how everything is going. And for those who are getting ready for training, some guys inbox me and send me messages, and I always say, refer to the packet. I hope you don't think that I am, what is it, brushing you off, because I'm not. I just don't want to give false information. And like I've always said, your packet is going to be your best friend, and it's going to have every piece of information that you need in that packet. And another reason is that when I went through training, a lot of the things have changed since then. So it's been 2 years, and it can change monthly. Policy can change. So I don't want to give you false information, because we're not privy to the new packet. So I always say refer to the packet, because what you may have to do in your class, the class that just graduated may not have to have done that. And so you always want to refer to the packet, because if someone gives you the wrong information and you go off to training and they pull you to the side and say that you're incompliant or you broke policy, you can't say, well, such and such who graduated last week or 2 weeks or 3 years ago said this and that. That's not what they sent you in the mail. They can't debate, this is what the policy said, this is what the packet said, and you can open the page and show them this is what it says right here, versus going off what someone told you. So you always want to refer back to your packet. Training department is wonderful. They're not going to give you any false information, and they want to see you succeed, so they're not going to set you up to fail. They give those packets for a reason. I know a lot of you want those packets like ASAP. You don't want to wait the 3 weeks prior or the 2 weeks prior to, because you want to just instantly go out and start buying things. The best advice that I could give, and it's just my advice, is don't go off spending a lot of money. When I got my packet, I looked at it, and I was unemployed at the time. And so I didn't have a lot of money. I was on unemployment. And so I went to a thrift store in Goodwill and found things that I needed. And I overpacked and I took too much stuff, and I had to ship things back home the day of graduation because I had entirely too much. For shoes, you just want to think comfort. You want something comfortable. They don't have to be cute. Who are you trying to look cute for? If you want to take one pair of heels to wear on graduation, then that's fine. But throughout the training, the 31 days, you just want to think comfort. And because you're going to be standing, sitting, walking, doing all kind of things all day, and you just want to be comfortable. So don't worry about, trying to go out and buy what you consider flight attendant shoes or what you think flight attendants all wear, to look the part. You just want to be comfortable because your feet are going to be hurting, okay? That's all I'm telling you. You can do what you want to do, but you don't need all that fancy $100 Clarks and $80 shoes and whatnot. You need something comfortable that you can stand in all day, walk around in all day, do activities in all day. And it's just going to be you and the same people for 31 days. So you're not truly trying to impress. You just want to be comfortable. Trust me, comfortable shoes is what you want. And the packet explains that in detail. You can buy you a couple of pair of slacks, a couple of pair of skirts, or maybe a dress, like a basic black dress or whatever that you can wear every other day. With a basic black dress, I'm not sure what the weather is in Salt Lake, but it's always cold in the classroom. So even if you just get a simple black dress, whether a turtleneck or long sleeves or even quarter sleeves, and you wear a sweater over it, a blazer over it, you can switch up your blazer, switch up your sweater. Don't nobody care if you wear that same dress 3 times in a week or not, because it's just you guys there. You just want something comfortable. You have access to washing machines in the hotel, so you can just wash that stuff up and rewear it again. No, trust me, everybody's going to be wearing the same thing. There was one girl in my class who didn't have nothing. She bought, all she had was like 2 or 3 outfits the whole entire time. And she washed those clothes and rewore those same things every other day, and nobody cared because we understood we were all giving up something and sacrificing something to be there. It was no big deal. What else? The packet is pretty much self-explanatory. It tells you word for word, verbatim. And so I get a lot of questions, or can I wear this, or is this compliant? And again, I go to, what does the packet say? And I'll look at a picture and I'm like, what does the packet say? And I'm like, the packet says exactly what this picture is that you just sent me. So I'm not sure where the misunderstanding is. I think some of you are overly excited, which is understandable. I get it, but you're overthinking. Overthinking things is really, really, really simple. So try not to overthink. I would spend as much time with your family, your boyfriends, your girlfriend, your kids, your whoever you're close to, while you can, because once you go off the training, that is going to be the longest 31 days of your life. And when you get home and you start your IOE, you're going to be gone, and you're going to miss that quality time. Excuse me, I just ate, and so I'm belching. So again, read the packet, be patient, and wait for your packet to come. Don't go spend any unnecessary money. Spend as much time with your family as you can. What else? There's nothing you need to pre-study for. Everything will come in your packet, so you don't have to go off trying to memorize stuff. You don't want to bog too much stuff in your memory that you don't need, and then it throws you off for what you need to study for. Let's see what else. Some of the other questions. Oh, someone posted about the salary. They were like, is this correct? Well, it's on the website and it is very accurate. I have people that ask me, how did you live off of this? Well, it's still a struggle, and I am, almost 2 years in, and it is an extreme pay cut from what I made before I was laid off. But my peace of mind and my quality of life kind of outweighs the money. And I do all kind of other outside jobs. I had to do favor, shipped, Uber, Lyft, and everything to try to make ends meet. Sometime I had to move home with my mom, while I was already living at home with my mom. And, I just can't go out and buy, things, that I want all the time. It can be a struggle, but again, it's a sacrifice. And my quality of life to me is so much better. And I don't have the stress I had when I was working my 8 to 5 job. So for me, I didn't take this job for the money, because if I were looking at the money, then I would not have ever even applied. So it is very accurate. And I know people who got the job who question the salary, and then they quit, and then they'll send me a message and said, I can't do it. This money is not what I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be able to pick up trips. I thought I was going to be able to do this. I thought I was going to be able to make extra money. And I'm like, but I told you that that's not always the case, because you have some people that say, well, yeah, you make that, but you can pick up trips and you can pick up this and you can pick up that. And then I say, well, not everyone's able to. I can probably count on both my hands in the 2 years that I've been there, almost 2 years, how many times I've ever been able to just pick up trips, especially when I first finished and graduated, because the way my schedule was set up, I couldn't pick up anything because I wasn't legal for it. So technically you can work 6 days in a row, right? So when I was a reserve, they would have me on the schedule for 6 days in a row. And then they would give me 1 day off and then put me back on the schedule for 5 or 6 days in a row. So with 1 day off, you can't pick up anything because you have to rest a full 24 hours after 6 days. You have to rest a full 24 hours. Any other day, anything less than 6, you have to rest at least 10 hours before you can pick up anything. So I wasn't legal to pick up anything. So I was just getting the bare minimum. And then our per diem just went up to $2 an hour. So you get the $2 an hour for time away you are from base. So I always look at it as, I'm going to get the minimum salary, and that's it. I don't include my per diem. I don't include any trips I can pick up or anything. I was also told before I started, oh, okay, you know what? You can drop trips out of base and pick up in base. I've only ever been able to drop 1 trip ever the whole entire time I've been working. Now, once I got a line, and were able and figured out kind of how to bid a little bit better, I was able to have like so many days off to where I could pick up at home. So like when I was in Dallas, I may have worked 3 days in a row and then been off like 4. So I would come home to Houston and I would work, pick up trips out of Houston, and then, go back to Dallas. And then since I've been in Houston, I'm able to pick up. But right now, I lost my line in Houston, and so I'm back on reserve. And so I just have to work my reserve schedule and see how many days I'm going to have off if I'm eligible or legal to pick up anything when I come back to work. Probably not in February, because my scheduled return date is 2/12. So I only have 2 more weeks left in the month, or is that 3 weeks? 2 or 3 weeks. And they're probably going to work me the whole entire time, so I won't be able to probably pick up anything. I'm just gonna have to try to bid a good schedule for March. But since I've had all this time off, I'm gonna be working. Every time I'm off, I'm going to be trying to pick up to make up for that time that I had lost. So what I'm trying to say is don't rely on being able to pick up things, being able to drop trips, and the per diem, because it's not guaranteed. The only thing that's guaranteed is your 76 guaranteed hours a month. What else? I think that about covers it. Money, it's going to be a struggle. You're going to be broke. It's, I'm not going to even sugarcoat it. It's not a lot of money, so I would sit down with your significant other or yourself and be like, okay, can I live off of this? These are my bills that I have to be paid. I can't get rid of these bills. I can't minimize these bills. And then this is how much I may bring home a month. Can I still live off of this? Do I need to get a roommate? Do I need to sublease my apartment? Do I need to move back home with family? Do I need to, you can't get rid of your car, and say you have a car and you have a car note, but you're based in another domicile. Do you want to take your car to your domicile, or are you going to leave it parked somewhere and now you're paying a car note for a car that you can't even drive? So those are a lot of questions that you're going to have to ask yourself what you can do. I kept my car and it was parked while I was on my trips and what have you, but it saved my oil change. Speaking of, it's time for an oil change. It saved me on oil changes and everything because I barely drove it the first year. Barely. Let's see what else. People are asking about nails and hair. Women. Our company is very diverse, and they don't care about hair and braids or dreadlocks or low cut hair or weave or whatever. So long it's neat and polished and clean and pulled up out of your face when you're serving, you can have any look that you desire. As far as highlights, I know a lot of people nowadays are doing the pink and the blues and the oranges and stuff. I believe that we can't do anything like that. The colors have to be at least natural colors. So I don't think we can do all those other like purples and blues and pinks or what have you. But I'm sure if it's been a change, it's going to be in the new policy. But this I wore this to work before, so I never had any problems. What else? Nails. People have all kind of colors on their nails. For me, I like to keep my nails done because our uniforms to me are just so blah that I need something that's going to look or stand out or make me feel some type of sexy or attractive or whatever. So I always keep my face and my nails done. They're kind of long now because I've been off, but I usually keep them shorter than this for work because I've learned my lesson when I'm cleaning at work in the carts and stuff that we have to open. I've broken them and jammed them before, so I keep them a little shorter than this, just a little, for work purposes or what have you. And I'll change the color when I go back to work, although I've wore dark colors to work before. Let's see what else. I think that covers it. We're still in the process of possibly getting our Delta uniforms. Right now there's some issues going on with them with the main line, so before the regionals get them, they're going to have to get that situated. So that's still a possibility later on at some point somewhere down the line. There's no update on that as of yet. And I believe that is it that I can think of. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available, and I hope everyone is happy and enjoying flying. I hope I get to work with some of you all and see you in the friendly skies. I can't wait to get back to work. Take care. Bye.